morning. Welcome to the second hour of LoveBabz Love Talk. You know what? Hello, New Haven's finest, Schubert Theater people. Hello.
Good morning. Hello.
It's so nice to see you, Shamant and Yex and Teresi and is it Teresi? Teresi. Lord have mercy. Good morning. Happy Monday.
Teresi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, Azaria, tell me, is this year 3 of the New Haven's finest?
Yes. This is year 3. This is the 3rd season for Elm City's Finest. And I am so excited.
I'm excited too because this started, I hosted the very first one, y'all. And I've watched it grow these last couple of years. And it really is becoming quite the showcase for New Haven artists, to step on that historical, legendary stage and do their very best. And so it's nice to sort of see that it is still growing. So Azaria, tell us what's it looking like and shaping up for this year.
Absolutely. So this year we're celebrating our 3rd Elm City Finest. I am so excited for this year. As we get this opportunity to just celebrate New Haven local artists, I think that this is just a really good gem. And so I'm excited. We typically will have Elm City's Finest with all different genres at that one show. Mm-hmm. And so this season, we're going to break it up in 3 parts. And so we actually brought on a genre that we've never actually touched on. So I'm really excited for this season. So May 1st, we have our spoken word show with some of these lovely artists that we have on the call today.
I know all of them, and they are all badass. Let me tell you. The poet laureate, the New Haven poet laureate. If you have not heard Yex, she was at the very first one with me. That's what I knew her before, but I really saw her showcase her talent, and the fabulous Teresi. So I'm excited. All right, so go ahead.
So as you said, I'm excited. Some of these folks, I feel like I'm in the presence of greatness, so I get a chance to just sit back and watch. So I'm excited to see this. But we have some really amazing talent for all 3 of our Elm City's Finest. So May 1st, our spoken word show. Mm-hmm. And then we have May 29th, which is our first time doing it, a comedy show. So I'm super excited for that. Yes, we have some really amazing comedians from New Haven that need to get on stage. Folks need to get a chance to see them, hear them, and have a good night. So I'm excited for that. And then last, we're going to do a jazz show on June 26th. So that's really exciting. And we have some, the artists for our jazz show, the lineup is crazy, just as it is for our comedy show. So
I love this. So Shema, talk a little bit about, the popularity of poetry and spoken word. There was a moment where, slam was all the rage. And then it kind of, quietly sort of, people were still doing it, but it lost a little bit of the media allure. And now it's really centered again. People are really interested in poets and poetry and spoken word. So what does this mean to that community of folks to do a Elm City Finest?
Well, first of all, what's going on, Ms. Babz?
It's all good. I'm ready for the warmer weather.
Yes, ma'am. What it means for artists is opportunity. Myself, Teresi, and Yex, we hit many stages across the country and abroad. But for the Schubert to be doing a event like this before me and after is going to provide a space for artists who may not get to hit big stages and may not be able to get to hit the audiences with larger crowds and gain some experience and some footing in getting the experience of what that looks like. So I think it's a great thing that Schubert is doing, especially putting poets on the spotlight because, as you said, typically in this area, which is one of the reasons why I'm trying so hard to do other events and stuff like that, putting poets on, because especially in Connecticut, they don't get as much shine as they should. looking at the global or the national standing with YouTubes and different stuff like that with our poets. And the poets in New Haven, as you so eloquently stated, are badass, and they need to be seen in the same manner.
Mm-hmm. So Yex and Tarishi, what does this do for you? What does this mean to you to sort of? I mean, Yex, you've been on this stage already. So what does it do?
Well, I'll echo the same sentiments I shared during the meeting with the board members that, Azaria invited me to, which was that it was really a full circle moment for someone like myself. I'm sure like Sharmat and Tarishi, who are natives to New Haven, to be able to grace a stage that I used to visit as a little girl, So when I was first invited, it was like ridiculously amazing for me. Sorry, that's my dog. She thinks she a thug. So it was ridiculously amazing for me because I didn't get to perform just once that night. I performed twice that night, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I got to showcase myself as the solo poet act, and then I was a part of the Bomba troupe. So it was really just this full circle moment for me. I remember going there as a Fairhaven Middle School theater student to watch plays with Rob Esposito, who now sits on the board, I believe, right? So I think what it does is it gives people, it centers local artists, and that is really what is at the core of how we really enhance our cultural and artistic landscape out here and how we bolster our creative economy, because all of the people who are doing the work, or most of the individuals are doing the work, are either from New Haven or really have a deep love from New Haven for New Haven in the state. So that's really what it meant for me.
I love that. Teresi?
Like Yek said, me and Shama are natives from New Haven, and being able to do a show at the Schubert, because I remember growing up and seeing the Schubert and going to see stuff at the Schubert, it's like, wow, this is like a dope place. But now actually being able to perform at the Schubert and being from New Haven is a surreal experience. It's going to be an amazing time. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm. And so Azaria, how do you figure out what genre of artistry to showcase, or whoever you just put the call out there and they just whoever answers?
So we put a call out there, but then also, I mean, New Haven is filled with so many different artists of all walks, right? So we got dancers, we got comedians, we got actors, we got singers. I mean, it just goes up, and musicians. So as we get opportunity with funding, and the Yale University is the sponsor for Elm City's Finest this year. So as we get funding, it's like, okay, well, let's tap into this, let's tap into that. And, like Yek said, the first one we had a little taste of everything, and now it's like, okay, let's slow it down. Let's put some focus here. And so I'm really grateful that we get this opportunity. And Anthony McDonald, I mean, his wall right now has so many different shows lined up that he want to touch on. So I am so excited as we get opportunities with grants, money, to give artists space. As they said, they grew up coming here, seeing this place, seeing shows, and to be able to grace the stage and be an artist here in the flesh, that is just what we want to do. And so this is now in Elm City's Finest is going to be held in our new Elm City's Finest cabaret.
I was going to ask if you were using the cabaret space or if it was going to be on the big stage. I love a cabaret space because it's so much more intimate. Like people feel like they are like right. And I haven't even seen your cabaret space, but I spent a lot of time in New York going to cabaret shows, so I know the intimacy of a cabaret space. So that's what. So Shaman and Yex and Teresi, how do y'all feel about that level of intimacy with the audience?
I mean, well, I know for me, we're used to the intimacy because we came up in open mics. I know me and Teresi did. We came up in open mics and intimate spaces. Spoken word historically, you talking about the spaces the last poets were in and things of that nature. It was always intimate spaces. So I have actually been able to see the cabaret space and see how multifaceted it is as far as seating is concerned and lighting is concerned and all these things. So you get a big stage quality with an intimate space. So I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And I think that when you have an intimate space, you have an intimate audience. And that means that the people who show up are people who are like genuinely, deeply, admiring of this particular art form, So they're coming out because they really, really want to see this. And it makes it all the much better.
Absolutely.
I feel like being in spaces like this is like amazing, is dope. And then like Yak said, we all, I think all three of us had done stages that like huge and grand, but doing in spaces where more intimate, you can touch on subjects that topics that that the audience is going to resonate well with, because they're here for the poetry. They want the poetry, and you can get more intimate and more personal, more connected with the audience. And this is why we started in space like this. It was like going to play in our own backyard.
Mm-hmm. So Zara, talk a little bit more about the cabaret space, and because I don't think there's too many spaces like that in New Haven. I mean, there's a Yale cabaret space, but other than that, other spaces are not so much cabaret spaces, but like bars and places like that. And you create intimacy, but this is a dedicated cabaret space.
Yes, absolutely. So this space is new. We just opened it this season. I am so grateful for this space. Like you all said, it's intimate, but one of the features that we have in it is a beautiful bar that we have. We also have this amazing lighting and sound system that was just installed. So the sound mimics the main stage. The lights mimics the main stage. And that sets a tone that I think is just breathtaking. So like our lights are going to hit them. It's going to blast on their bodies. We are also able to transform that space in different ways. So you do it in a cabaret style with your four tops, round tables, but then we can also do it in a theater setting as well, which is with Rose. And we just had the Uncle Neff show, and I mean, it was sold out. I mean, people were standing up in the back. So, I mean, that space is just beautiful, how we can transform it, flip it. A stage could be to the left, to the right, musicians could be in there. We're also going to get some dancers in there, so it's one of those spaces that I'm happy that we have. It adds to this community. It allows for more spaces for people to be seen and heard. And so I look forward to it. We got some good stuff lined up in that space. So
how many people see? What's the capacity? What's the seating capacity?
So depending on how we set it up, the capacity could be 180. It could be 100.
It could be people.
Absolutely. I mean, people are calling us to have their wedding receptions there. So
wow.
I mean, it's a beautiful space. Like I said, the lighting, the sound, it's phenomenal. You don't want to miss this. And so with Elm City's Finest, the tickets are fairly, they're very affordable. We want to make sure that the community can come out. Our tickets are going for $14, so this is a time where I think that folks can come in, see some awesome artists, and, have a good night.
And that's really, having a space like that that's economical. That means these artists can, tap their friends and family and the followers, their fans. Yes. And it won't feel like a hardship. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
enough a notice, people can get together, $20 to have a ticket and maybe a couple of more dollars to have a drink. And, and it's a really wonderful night out for somebody, a good date night, whatever.
Yeah,
the weather girls' night out.
Yes. As this weather clears up, get a little warmer, I think it's the perfect time to do this. I'm happy that we're tapping into our warmer months to do this. Elm City's Finest is normally done in the fall, so having it in the spring, rolling into the summer, I think is an awesome look. So I can't wait.
So have you all had an opportunity to go over and practice in the space, or you wait till the day of? Like, how does that work? Do you go and get a feel for where you're going to stand, and how do you sound in there, and all that kind of stuff?
So,
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Sharmont.
I had the opportunity to be in the space and see what the acoustics sound like in there already, because I also have another show that's going to be there August 9th. But the acoustics in there is great. So yeah, I got to see what it sounds like without the mics, without all the extra audio, and it sounds great in there.
Oh, good. Have you been, Yex? Have you been, Tarishi?
I have been. I actually was there. Like I said, as Azaria invited me to just kind of do the same thing we're doing right now, but with the board. And the space is gorgeous. And said, great acoustics. And I think that we decided as a collective that we're going to do sound check day of. So that's when we'll be together for the first time as a group, making sure we sound good, learning where we're going to be at exactly. So I'm excited.
So, Azaria, how big is this show? Give me the rundown. I saw all the promotions, but everybody that's showing up is not on that. The promotions.
No.
You got the heavy hitters on the promotion.
So, as you see, we have Charmant Little, we have Yexandra Diaz, we have Tarishi Midnight Schiller, we also have Taj Gilbert, we also have an amazing woman by the name of Toop. She's going to come in and do some words as well. So I look forward to hearing her speak, because I have not actually seen her in person as a poet, but I've seen her around in New Haven and areas. So I'm excited for that. And then we also have the winner of last year's Youth Poetry Slam. So Grace Young would also be gracing the stage with us as well. So these artists will be our lineup for Thursday for the show. The show starts at 7 p.m. We're going to try to start right at 7 p.m. because we got some amazing poets that we want everyone to be able to hear and give them.
Oh, I love it. So this year's theme is heavily poetry.
Yes, this particular May 1st is all around our poets. Okay. It's dedicated to our poets, definitely.
Okay. All right. So how do people find out about tickets? Tell me that.
Yeah, so go to our website. Go to SchubertTheater.com. You can book your tickets there. You also can call our box office. We'll be able to help you get those tickets. You also could come day of and walk up and get your tickets as well. So once we put it out on social media and other places that it's completely sold out, then it's sold out and you got to catch us next year. But you can buy those tickets in person, online, and over the phone. So we're here to help you. Like I said, it's super affordable, I hope. And I want more folks to be able to see this show. So I look forward to it.
All right. So poets, because this is National Poetry Month. What are you thinking about? Because I know y'all have poems that you can throw off the top of your heads like nothing. Are you writing new stuff constantly? And are these times dictating? Are these times dictating a particular mindset of poetry? Like, are you inspired by this moment? Like, there's a lot going on in the world, and does it give you pause? Like, are you taking some of that energy, or are you tuning it out and working on in another direction?
It's interesting, Babz. I think that I know that we're in a Renaissance era right now, right? And the state of where we are as a collective, art is always that medium, that allows us to amplify the narrative of what is going on. I think the really amazing thing about the people who are at least on right now are that Charmant is the coach of the Connecticut State Slam team, and me and Tarishi are teammates on the Slam team. So we already write together as a collective, but as an individual, my pen has been on fire lately. So I write about all of the things, about the current climate, about just things that I go through, about the things that I see and experience around me. So I know you saw me 2 years ago at the first show, Bab, and I have a completely new set this year.
She's different. She's different. She's different. She's different right now. Yeah. I write all year round. I wish I could write more for what is directly in my heart, but I've been commissioned to write so many pieces over the last 2 years. And that's where a lot of my writings have come from. But I got writings that are mulling around in the back of my head and half finished pieces here and here and here that
So does that mean a lot of notebooks all over the place? Are y'all handwriting people? Like, do you,
Yes.
are you on your tablets and laptops and phones?
So I have a process. So all my poems start with pencils and pads. It starts that way. The concepts start that way, drawn out that way. And then somewhere along the line, I'm like, all right, I need something faster. I need to type. And so I start typing it in. But yeah, 90% of almost all my poems are started with pencil and pad.
Okay. Teresa, same for you?
It's a multiple things. I'm always on the road. Going somewhere, and I use the pen and pad. I use Google Docs, and I use my voice recorder. Sometimes I might get inspiration in the moment, and I just like use voice to text and say something real quick in the phone while I'm driving, or I just record myself, and then when I get back home, then I sit down and revise it. But right now, this month is very inspiring, and plus being on a team right now and keeping up with Yex because she's out here kicking butt left and right. So, but it helps. It helps the inspiration being around individuals that are very creative, that lights the fire, and it helps keep you invigorating and why don't you start writing. So it's great to be around that type of energy to help inspire the writing and keep the pen going.
Mm-hmm. Yex, are you a pen and paper girl, or are you all the gadgets?
My process is just like Charmant's. It usually starts off like on pen and pad. I have 8 different notebooks. None of them are completely filled because I'll write in one and then start writing in a different one. I aspire to get to the point of Tarishi where I'm efficient enough to on the spot, like when I'm driving, when I'm in the most inconvenient moments, because that's usually when genius strikes, is to be able to voice record myself and my thoughts, because then you'll be like, I'll write this down later, and then you completely blank out on what it was you were thinking about. But I'm not gonna lie, I type up most of the stuff on Google Docs. And the beautiful thing about being on a team is that I get to share this with a group of artists that I really hold in high esteem and say, please give me feedback. Please help me, revise this so that it is the best possible version of itself, and they do that for me and we do that for each other. So it's really a great process.
How big is the Slam team, Shamant?
Right now, we have 5 members and then myself, so it's a total of 6. I'm trying to not slam as much anymore, so I wanted to expand it to 5. But yeah, we got 5 dynamic artists. We have Yex and Tarishi, which you know already. Then we have the 2-time Grand Slam champion, Goddess Tamani Rain. We have my partner who's been on all the slam teams with me and Tarishi, Michael Chief Peterson. And we have our newbie, our little brother, is Phil C. Alexander. Out of Bridgeport. So yes, it's a very dynamic team, all professional, all tearing the stage up. It's really an experience. I love it.
Wow. And so do you recruit? Like, how do y'all recruit? Do you go I know y'all go places and you hear people all the time. I know you go to each other's shows and you go to shows that people who you really don't know, but you dig their work. How do y'all talk to people about, hey, join my team? Or is there a process? Is there membership? Is there a pledge process? Like, what's happening?
This is a homegrown process. Everybody on the team is from Connecticut, one of Connecticut cities. In the process, we hold preliminaries to battle, and then we hold semifinals and finals. So it's a process, and we do that on purpose to make sure that people have enough poems to get through to build off of when we go to nationals, or what we're going to now, which is called Southern Fried, where we're going to June, which is a poetry festival held typically for the South, and for them to invite us so far up north is a testament to the work that we've been putting in as Connecticut artists, for the South to respect our pen so much to where they want us to be part of a Southern festival.
Oh, good.
That's
Good,
amazing.
good. So, we got a few more minutes, but talk to me, y'all, about where you see poetry heading. Is it strong? Is it safe? Is it growing? Is it having its own renaissance, as Yek said? Like, where are we? What is the state of poetry?
I think poetry is going somewhere it probably has never really fully been before um because of the visibility and because of the accessibility and because of pioneers like J. Ivy and individuals who have paved the way for the spoken word category in the Grammys, that allow poetry to be amplified on a level that it was never amplified on. I think that we are getting back to the roots of poetry being actually the progenitor of all of these different type of mediums such as rap, and so many people wanting to participate in this creative expression, so that we see platforms popping up everywhere and you have individuals who are really working to make it something high level and beautiful in this modern marketing, and the way that they capture footage and promote is it makes you want to be everywhere where it's at, you know.
Mm-hmm. 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 Shamant, Teresa, before we go.
Teresa, go ahead because I answered the other question, man.
Oh, yeah, said it all. She hit the nail on the hammer. I think because we've been doing this for a long time. We've seen. I'm not gonna say our age. We're close. We're up there, but we've seen poetry evolve and change over 4 decades and stuff like that. So, it's going to a place where I feel like it's getting back to the essence, but now going to be that essence where it started from. Because now it's going to be broadcasted where everybody can see it. So yeah, it's getting back to where it started from, and now people get to see. So right now it's like a full circle experience with poetry, but at a higher level.
And
I like that.
And real quick, I'm just going to add, it's getting even brighter because for the longest time, spoken word poets, which, spoken word was founded in urban cities amongst our people, was never respected in academia. And now you have people like myself and like Tarishi who are doing workshops at Yale. We are doing workshops at other schools across the country and colleges, and they're calling us into high schools to teach, including Yex. We're becoming poet laureates, where before it was always quote unquote just the literary writers. So the art of spoken word itself is being respected in so much more of a high level, and the poets are respecting themselves and respecting their art and showing that we are a force to be reckoned with, especially with this coming out of our urban cities and from our voices and our perspectives.
So Azaria, you got this programmed up for Elm City's Finest for the third year, which is celebratory. It's at the new cabaret space at the Schubert Theater. Does the cabaret space have a name, or are we just calling it the Schubert Cabaret Space?
We calling it the Schubert Cabaret Space.
And so so people can call the theater for tickets if they want tickets.
Yes.
Go to the website if they want tickets. And then you've got programming up for, through the summer, a couple of more performances of different things coming up.
Absolutely. So we are excited for this. May 1st, spoken word. May 29th, we got comedy. And June 26th, we got our jazz show.
I love it. All right, so I am excited. Now, I hate to say this, but I will not be at this show, because I have to be somewhere else, but I'm bummed. But I'm so delighted that Elm City Finest is still moving forward in its third year.
Yes.
I'm very excited by that, because I think New Haven needs a stage for local artists to showcase. And you couldn't ask for a better group of folks than these three, spitfires right here. So, and each of them have their own followers. You each have your own fan base, which is all going to converge May 1st at the Schubert Cabaret, and clapping and cheering and I know it's going to be. Now, do y'all have opportunity to Azaria to tape this, to record this?
Oh yeah, we will share some bits of what you missed. So if you don't come, we will have some teasers out there.
I appreciate that because I want to because I'm such a fan of all of them, and so I hate when I miss any of their performances. So I'm hoping to hear them, but I will see them because I know y'all have stuff going on. Yex and Tarishi and Shema, y'all have stuff going on all summer, right? Like we could see you all summer moving forward from this. Y'all will be all on stages all over. I would imagine New Haven and beyond, but I'm interested in what you're doing in New Haven. So
thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on this morning. And I'm sorry for my slow start.
We love you. We thank you.
I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming on and hanging with me. And I am delighted. So y'all catch Elm City Finest May 1st at the Schubert Cabaret Space. Tickets are on sale now. You do not want to miss this wonderful opportunity to see New Haven's finest on stage. So thank y'all. Enjoy this week.
Yes, it's beautiful out. Have a great day.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank y'all. Thank you, Harry.